as a continuation of Abdul today, today uh, we are working on the academic mentoring and the monitoring. Our idea is the actually the main uh, key point in mentoring a teacher. When a new teacher is appointed, a teacher should be given the proper guidance, support by the senior teacher, and the new teacher gain the expertise from the senior teacher. And in a very short while, every teacher, whether new teacher or experienced teacher, all do the teaching very effective. Not that normally we come to know in a school. A school is known by the teachers. The students will say that this teacher is very good, this teacher is very good, and so on. Not like that. Every teacher should perform the best. As well, coming to the students, student have the certain things to do, and whatever the student is expected to do, say the worksheet, homework, test, whether all the students perform in the best way, that need to be assured. So we need to have a system, a monitoring system in place to assess each and every teacher and each and every student perform on time, and that report should reach in the from the bottom to the higher level. How the students perform, teachers should record. Whether that whatever the teacher record, it should go to the next level, the academic coordinator, and it should go to the next level. The report should go to the next level principal, and then you should go to the management. As a management people, a respondent or whoever it is should be in. You should see what is performed by the one teacher in one sheet. Ultimately, what is the performance of all the teachers? How all the teachers perform? It can be brought in one sheet. So like that, we can have a proper that is record that is recording of what is happening at each level and reporting from the one level to the another level. That is what I am talking about. So in the last session, how to identify whether the teacher has corrected the homework of all the students. Actually, I displayed one checklist to ensure whether all the students have done their homework for a particular lesson, and to identify any student who has missed it for a one particular lesson, and we need to do the and that homework correction report and signed by the teacher and then by the coordinator, academic coordinator, and then it is signed by the teacher. So everything in place. Now coming to the very important, it's a very important that every teacher should perform effectively, particularly see the school is taking a lot of efforts. School is training the teachers and investing so much on various aspects. Ultimately, what is required is what is happening in the class. How a teacher perform very effectively, deliver the teach, so that in every class the learning objective is such that need to be ensured. So normally, what we need to do is, although we train the teacher and give instruction and so on, the teacher prepare the lesson plan and so on, how she deliver has to be observed. As I told in the last session also, for a one teacher in a month, for a particular subject, what she handles, minimum 2 observations be done by the academic coordinator. How to do, what is the checklist for it, how to record, how to report, let us go. See, this is one checklist one can use, your academic coordinator can use to while observing the class taken by a. See, very important thing is, if we want to give the quality, there should be a measure. When there is no measurement, you cannot bring the quality. There should be some measurement. And the measurement in line with the clear expectation. This is what I expect the teacher to perform and how they perform. See, there are various checklists one can use, one school can use. It depends on what are the rubric we use, what is the criteria by which a teacher is observed to assess whether the teacher is effectively taking the class. It depends on it depends on the lesson plan. So actually, a teacher is given a prescribed lesson plan, and a teacher is in a school. There is a methodology in place, and we are giving the training to the teacher to take the class to adopt the methodology effectively. So when we give a training, the next step is, when the teacher is preparing for the class, it should be in line with the mainly what is the specific methodology, what is the objective to be for the particular lesson, what is the learning objective, as well what is the methodology that is adopted, as well how the teacher is going to engage the children, and how the teacher is going to assess. So pertaining to all, the lesson plan should be designed. So this is one lesson plan that is followed in our school. See here, so I am talking, my main talk is not on lesson plan. My main key point is how to observe the teachers. So how to observe the teachers, what is the checklist for the observing the teacher? It is connected to the lesson. It is based on the lesson plan, in what line the teacher has prepared. So that lesson plan is designed by the school. So whether the teacher takes the class in line with the lesson plan, in that line only we need to observe the teacher. So that is why I am telling that what are the features that in our school we have for the lesson plan. Actually, it differs from the school to school. This is not my main point of presentation. Anyway, just I am outlining. The teacher will, at the beginning, the teacher will state the aim. That is mainly the first step. Aim. So before coming to the aim, she will tell about the prior knowledge, and then it is a exit methodology, the 5-step methodology, aim, action, and analysis. That is the key 3-step. Here, after the aim, that the student will be made to do an activity, and the teacher is here explaining how the activities will go, and then after the activity, there will be analysis part. So this methodology is totally interactive. That is, as the Asma Jalal was talking previously, a few weeks back, is totally the inquiry-based method, where children are made to do an activity, and there is a interaction with the students. Class go by the conversation. So other things that are expected are at the beginning, the teacher will explain what are the terms that are involved, keywords. And then the teacher is expected to list the resources that are required. And at the end, the teacher will summarize. And in the lesson plan itself, the teacher will specify what the student will do the worksheet in the class itself. That is mentioned, what the homework the teacher will assign, and it is signed by the coordinator after inspection and then by the principal. This is a one format that is used. So now coming to the observing the teacher. So the observation checklist will be totally in line with this. I am just presenting another lesson plan format, which was given by the Mr. Vijay Gupta, who conducted the school leadership program for the teachers. According to him, this is the key points in the lesson plan. Learning objective, assessment, and it goes like this. Confirming the confirming the prerequisite of knowledge, introducing new knowledge, and so on. And this is the key points according to. Okay. Yeah. So this is one which in our school we use this checklist to observe the class. That is whether the teacher has used the stated the aim, keywords explained, clear knowledge discussed, and she has to finish this in within 2 minutes, and then whether the teacher gives the instruction for the activities clearly, how the students do the activity, what is the strategy that is followed by the teacher to check whether the student has comprehend, and discussion part, how it goes, whether the reading is done, whether students interaction with the slow learner is done, whether the teacher summarizes at the end, how the explanation part of the class goes, whether all the students have done the worksheet, and whether the teacher is idle, or whether the teacher goes round and walk through the class and check all the students are doing the worksheet and interaction is effective. Class has to follow the certain norms that are expected. Whether the teacher connect the real life example to the concepts. Overall, how the teacher was active, energetic, how was the body language. So all these features altogether there will be 18 points. And while the academic coordinator observe, she will be making the tick. So this observation is done for a one particular teacher for a one subject at least twice in a month. So this is done by the academic coordinator. She signs and teacher also signs. Later the principal sees and principal also. Very important is the here this is a very important. Okay, this is a in mentoring. This is a very important step. When a junior teacher takes a class and it is observed by the senior, and she indicates she is lacking in certain aspects. So this is a checklist for the observation, observing the class proposed by the Vijay Gupta in the leadership. So it goes in line with the lesson plan that he recommends. So I am not going in detail to it, just I'm placing. Yeah. So this is the actually the observation checklist done by a academic coordinator. So if the teacher is okay in a one particular aspect, she makes the tick. So out of 18 key points, where the teacher go wrong, it is noted. And at the end of each observation, the academic coordinator who observed sits with the teacher and discusses where the teacher has to. That is a very important. So it is how the transfer of expertise happens. A junior teacher who is lacking, she learns from the senior teacher. This is what is effective mentoring. Very important. That is supposed to happen in every school. It's a very essential. See, in the previous talk, Molana pointed out that the teacher should have the confidence. He should not lack confidence. At the same time, she should not be overconfident. See, a new teachers who has entered the profession, and they will be very doubtful whether am I doing the job in the right manner. When one senior observe and say, and you are up to the mark, when they say, uh, definitely it will give a morale will increase, and they will get motivated, and they will think what innovation they can bring in the teaching, how they can improve upon. So in that line, they will think. So this is how the teacher is observed, and the mentor views are comment, and the comments are noted here. This is the one record done for a teacher, English teacher, standard 4. Monthly once it has been done in the month of January this year. You can see the signature of coordinated teacher and then so this kind of observation is done. It is planned in such a way. One particular teacher, she goes for the 3 subjects. In each subject, monthly the 2 observation is expected to be done. And in case she goes for the 3 subjects, she will be observed 6 times. And this is how we can. This is a checklist for the worksheet done by the students. This is a record of, actually, as I told, at the end of the each class, the student is made to do the worksheet in the class itself. I am reporting that. Apart from that, the student will be given the homework. That also I already explained. Similarly, at the end of the each block has the 4 lessons. Okay. At the end of the each block, the test can be conducted, that can be recorded. Normally, all the schools record the marks secured by the students. Okay. This is the one record which the academic coordinator or principal, it is very important. For a one particular teacher, for a one particular block or the lesson, whether the teacher has submitted the lesson plan and what we call the charts that are to be displayed in the class, and whether she corrected the homework worksheet and whether she corrected the block test, all these can be consolidated in single sheet. So this will be very helpful to the academic coordinator for monitoring and to give a report to the manager. So this is the see for the in the month of June, one particular teacher who handles Aisha handles 3 classes, and for her the whatever the work she has done, whether she has done on time, whether it was checked by the principal, and then it is by the whether it is checked by the one who is in charge, the academic coordinator or the vice principal, and later finally it is signed by the principal. This record gives whether the whatever the duties that are assigned to the teacher were done on time. So this is a consolidated sheet for the 1 month. And one more, with this I will conclude. Actually, apart from this, very important thing is whether we teach to the students, and whether they learn, we assess through the worksheet, homework, and a written test. Actually, whether the student has learned the concept, whether it has, whatever the learning objective, they really the conceptually understood. That can be tested by an inspection by the academic coordinator or whoever it is, orally by interacting with the in a class. It's a direct interaction, not written. And this has to be done surprisingly. And this cannot be done often. It's a laborious process. At least once in a month for one subject, or at least once in a month for one subject, say the science 5th standard. If this inspection is happening once in a term, that will give a lot of information on how effective the teaching learning has had. So for that, the format I am what one need to do is, say the one in a one particular class, say the 5th standard science, the academic coordinator has to go for the inspection. What the academic coordinator has to do is, the person who inspect has to do is, has to be done surprisingly without any information. The lesson, one lesson has to be chosen. That lesson should be the one which has been previously taught, because it is going to be the surprise one. You are doing an inspection in December, you cannot ask what was done in June. So what has recently happened, and the teacher should go with the list of the questions, and the one who inspects should know the level of the students. Who are the students who are low profile, who are the students medium profile, who are high profile, that also she should know. And she should prepare the list of the questions already. That question should be of 2 kinds. That is, some questions that is pertaining to the ensure minimum level of learning in the children. Say, for example, in standard 2, the all the students are expected to do the 2-digit addition. So there is a minimum level of like that. Okay. Now the teacher is going to do an inspection, and academic coordinator is going to do an inspection. She knows the level of students. She is having a list of questions. In that list of questions to be categorized, the questions pertaining to minimal level of learning and advanced level questions. And now you see the format that is. So this is the see, you can take the low profile student, medium profile student, high profile student. The questions that are posed are you need to know what question is posed to what type of student. This is the minimum level of learning question, advanced level of question. You see the the report of one inspection. This is a list of questions. I am not going in detail to it. This is the report. See, out of the 5 students who are low profile, they were posed with the questions of minimum level of learning. Out of the 5 students, only the 2 students able to answer. You can see this quadrant, first quadrant. Come to the bottom. This is a high profile student who are posed the minimum level of learning question, that is simple questions, all were able to answer. So this is what is normally expected. You cannot expect the okay. And here coming to here, low profile student post the advanced level question. Still, actually here the student may miss to answer, but in this inspection, they have responded. Okay. And coming to this corner, this quadrant, say high profile student who are answering the advanced level question, it is expected. They can. Okay. See, sometimes it may so happen, even the minimum level of question, the high profile students are not answering. It may happen. What does it indicate? Whether the teaching is effective there. Are you able to understand my question? The simple questions not answered by even the high profile student, that will indicate that teaching is not effective. Sometimes the low profile students is able to answer the advanced level questions. That means our teaching is very effective. So this is a format with which you can assess the student as well as whether the teaching is effective. So this is actually a laborious process, has to be well planned, and it has to be done in a random manner, surprisingly. This is how the exceed do. See, exceed at the end of the year, they are conducting an assessment. The student, it is done surprisingly. The student is called to the test, and the student is expected to do the test without any preparation. Okay, so this is what one can do with the time out. Any question you can ask. I can end up in 1 or 2 minutes. Already the time up. Rabia Basir raised hand. I found in between the class session. Any question?
No, sir. By mistake it go.
Okay. Okay. So any doubt you can raise or otherwise. almost my talk, this is mentoring and monitoring, more pertaining to the academic coordinator and principal. And anyway, even the teachers, where this system of observation is not in place in any school, where any teacher can request their senior teacher when they are free, ask them to come and observe your class and make her to give comment. So always you be open and that your class be observed and commented. That will give you some insight to where your one teacher is weak and where one teacher. With this, I conclude. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah.